For the Late AM show, I'm Jack Roach.
And I'm Jennifer Roach.
At the top of our show, a domestic terrorist attack left 8 Asian people dead in and around my home city of Atlanta. Some incel right-wing piece of gum stuck to your favorite shoe went out, bought a gun, and shot almost a dozen innocent people before being caught by police. Case closed, right? No. Immediately rushing to his defense was the police. Sheriff spokesperson Jay Baker defended the shooter, saying he had a really bad day. Nah, man, the victims, their family, and friends had a really bad day and you suck at your job. You're supposed to say he will be charged and prosecuted to the full extent of the law, not he's a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy. That was from Wreck-It Ralph, a children's movie, you racist disgrace to American law enforcement. Baker is a racist. I know this not just because he works in the county who thought Trump was too soft on immigration. I know it because he posted a picture of a teacher on Facebook blaming COVID-19 on Asians, saying, "Love my shirt and get wires while supplies last." That's the sort of rhetoric we expected from the shooter, not the police. Stop being a parody of yourselves and keep Americans safe, or so help me, I will say mean things about you on a podcast.
Marvel's new series, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, debuted this week and featured Sebastian Stan as the titular Winter Soldier, brutally murdering an Asian American in the opening minutes. Read the room, Disney. President Biden tripped and fell boarding Air Force One in a clip that looks suspiciously like me going to bed after a dollar margarita tonight. White House spokesperson said, hey, it was pretty windy and the steps were covered in butter, and President Biden just got back from dollar margarita night. Ah, presidents, they're just like us. A man was arrested for stealing a slide from a playground and attaching it to his bunk bed. This guy's living better than any of us. I'm not saying meth was involved, but they found the slide when they raided his home searching for catalytic converters. So yeah, meth was involved.
Pat Robertson, super Christian host of the 700 Club, said it's possible for babies to be possessed by demons if their parents were devil worshippers. First off, obviously Pat hasn't seen the baby since Pangea separated and the Americans slipped off to the west, because all babies are possessed by demons. I love babies, but it's a good thing they can't walk and hold knives, because otherwise none of us would survive. Second, what is Christians' obsession with devil worshipping? I've been to some wild parties and there's a lot more pot and twerking than Satan worshipping, and I've been looking to sell my soul. I've got some credit card debt to pay off, and I figure I'm not using my soul anyway.
But we found a way to chill those babies out. Scientists have discovered that the THC from marijuana stays in a mother's breast milk for up to 6 weeks. So rip that bong and chill little Timmy out. Babies are basically stoners anyway, sleeping half the day, always snacking and watching cartoons, pooping their pants. It's the life.
I made it a whole episode last week without talking about Trump, but that's over now. Trump issued a statement on the official Donald J. Trump letterhead, because Twitter's had enough of his malarkey, saying, you know what, I'll read it in full. I hope everyone remembers when they're giving the COVID-19, often referred to as the virus, vaccine, that if I wasn't president, you wouldn't be getting that beautiful shot for 5 years at best, and probably wouldn't be getting it at all. I hope everyone remembers. That's it. Not the virus is slowing, vaccines are up, great news. Just credit-taking and casual racism. Now, to be fair, he did often refer to it as a virus, but he was the only one. And now we've got a wave of hate crimes against Asian Americans. So maybe tone that one down. And Donnie, if you weren't president, maybe we wouldn't need the vaccine so much, Mr. Bleach and Sunshine. So I hope you remember that. Trump's resort, Mar-a-Lago, was partially shut down this week due to a COVID outbreak. Maybe if we had someone in charge for the past year who could slow down the coronavirus, it wouldn't be taking cash out of Trump's wallet. More on the anti-mask front, a 65-year-old Texas woman was arrested for refusing to wear a mask in a bank and refusing to leave. Now, Texas did lift the public mask mandate, but allowed businesses to require them if they so desired. But apparently that lady did not get that far down when she read the law. But in breaking news, she got arrested again for the same thing less than a week later. So at least she has a hobby. But more on the ladies as pimps too front, a Florida woman was arrested for impersonating a plastic surgeon. Great news for Halloween costumes, I guess, but this lady had the balls to actually operate on people. She was discovered when the guy went in for a nose job and came out looking like the Elephant Man. He went back for her to fix it, and that didn't go too well. Just remember, ladies, take a hint from a man. If you want to pretend to be a doctor, pretend to be a breast inspector and leave the scalpels to the real ones.
The ACLU claims that a string of state bills would essentially make religious organizations exempt from any criminal or state laws. That's obviously insane, as we already have bills that can make anyone exempt from laws. Dollar bills. Seriously, when's the last time you saw a rich person in prison? We didn't go after Bernie Madoff until his pyramid scheme collapsed. Dashing everyone's hopes while surprising no one, the Catholic Church said this week that they will not bless same-sex unions, calling them a choice and a sin. Know what's a choice? Being Catholic. Know what's not a choice? Being gay. I thought the church frowned upon sex outside of marriage. Does the Pope think gay people are just not going to fool around? Maybe all the LGBT people should just get married and not tell anyone. You know, like the Catholic Church did when its priests were molesting children. Oh, and Sinead O'Connor, we owe you an apology. A walrus dozed off on a chunk of ice and wound up in Ireland. The walrus, believed to live in the Arctic, said he just showed up early for St. Paddy's Day. No word on if he was wearing a "Kiss Me, I'm Irish" sticker on his tusks. Kim Jong-un's sister warned the U.S. to back off on military exercises in South Korea if they want to have a good night's sleep for the next 4 years. Why are we still having this problem with them? We sent our best and brightest, Trump and Dennis Rodman. We're tapped out. I mean, I guess we could send Joe Rogan. I'll ask Duolingo how to say, "Have you ever done DMT" in Korean?
A Pennsylvania mother is accused of making deepfake videos of her daughter's cheerleading teammates to try to get them kicked off the squad. The woman made fake videos of the girls vaping, hanging out naked, and crossing the street without looking both ways. Police say the videos were very impressive, but I don't know. This doesn't look like a mastermind hacker to me. This looks more like a woman who smokes while she's pregnant and puts a cigarette out in her martini. The 50-year-old also allegedly told the teens to kill themselves, which is rude and frankly uncreative. Why not just tell them to drop out of sports to focus on their academics? But more on the hacker mom department. A Florida mother and daughter are accused of hacking into a system to cast fake votes so the girl could win homecoming queen. What's more, the mother was an assistant principal at the school. Couldn't she just expel the other contestants? I mean, we usually reserve faking votes in Florida for presidential elections. No need to bring out the big guns for homecoming. See, in Florida, a former state senator is accused of paying a man $50,000 to run in a race based solely on his last name to siphon votes from the Democrat incumbent. Frank Artilles allegedly contacted Alex Rodriguez and offered him cash to run in a race against Jose Rodriguez. Alex got enough votes to spoil the election, giving the race to Republican Aliana Garcia. I know it's wrong, but how wrong is it really? If people are so uninformed as to not bother checking a candidate's first name before voting, does it matter if you tricked them? It's not like you accused them of being the ringleader of a Satanist pedophile cult. No, that honor goes to Lauren Boebert. Boebert, who failed the How I Met Your Mother's Crazy Hot test, shared more QAnon propaganda this week, claiming insider knowledge that Democrats would face a rash of arrest and resignation soon, turning the House and Senate over to Republicans before the midterm elections. Boebert claims she got this information straight from the top, a person who knows former President Donald Trump. I don't trust this lady to have insider knowledge of what she ate for dinner last night. She seems like a woman who claims she had a salad and a bottle of water, but actually ate an entire box of Fruit Loops while downing White Claws. But I know what you're thinking. What about Marjorie Taylor Greene? Miss Greene got a plate of cookies from Guam's National Guard this week after claiming the American territory was a foreign country that we shouldn't spend tax dollars on. Greene said the cookies were part of an intimidation campaign against Congress, journalists, and people who ambushed school shooting survivors and called them Little Hitler.
Kanye West is reportedly worth $6.6 billion, making him the wealthiest African American in history. Surely this won't make him more insufferable. Hey, yay, where's 808s and Heartbreak 2? You're getting divorced, it's perfect. Come on, man, we need this. Remember Bitcoin and how you don't understand what it is at all? It just got worse. Now we're selling something called NFTs, or non-fungible tokens. This means you can own something digital, like that video of the cat knocking its empty food bowl around, Or that time you tweeted, "I'm so drunk, I just told Jack Roach I love him." But these NFTs are going for millions of dollars. And what can you do with them? Who knows? It's just another example of my being old and not understanding what the young people are up to. It's Snapchat filters all over again.
Scientists have discovered 3 new strains of bacteria on the International Space Station that they say have never been discovered on Earth. Experts say the only way to handle this is to nuke the International Space Station before they reach Earth. And by experts, I mean me. I've seen a lot of movies, and these sort of things never end well for middle-aged fat guys. I mean, fat's a relative term, but I'm not taking any chances.
I wouldn't call you middle-aged either. A new app will make annoying sounds in the hope that people on your Zoom calls will end the meeting early. Sounds include barking dogs, crying babies, and the newest episode of the Late AM Show.
Clever. Well, that's all the news for this week, guys. Thank you for listening. I've been Jack Roach.
And I've been Jennifer Roach still.
And Jennifer, I know that you're new to the show, but you may not know this. There are audio versions of the Late AM Show available on Apple, Google, Stitcher, probably the refrigerator. My mom hangs them up when I do them. It's very nice. So if you prefer just to listen, check them out there. But if you like to stay on YouTube, please like and subscribe. But until next week, guys, stay safe, stay sane, and have a great morning. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
I think that went really well. I mean, for your first time, isn't that bad? I was there.
Okay, we should